He didn't do anything before this on the, he didn't have a thing to roll first, did he?
No, I don't think so. He's
Okay.
already played the relaxing music for me, so I think
Okay.
we're.
Finance Committee meeting on March the 1st. Dr. Jones?
I'm here.
Counselor Waltney? Here. Counselor Olamon?
Here.
Counselor Smith? Here. Counselor Harden? Here. Made it by whistle.
All right, we have a full house, and I really appreciate the sound system. Great improvement.
Sounds good.
Very
It does.
appreciative. I know there's going to be some more improvements, but I appreciate all the work that's going on in that area. Okay, do we have a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes
So
for
moved.
February 22nd and approve them as distributed?
Yes.
Mrs. Smith made the
Second.
motion. Second by Mr. Harden. You're a little feisty tonight.
Well, we sound so loud.
Moved by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any discussion, questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign. Okay, that passes 5-0. Okay, I'm going to take things a little bit out of order tonight. We've got Ms. Drennan here. She had asked that she wanted to sit through all of our other discussion, but I told her we were going to take hers first. Is that okay, Ms. Drennan? Oh, of course. Okay, and I appreciate you being here in person. Last time you were on Zoom, and it's nice to see your smiling face. So we're going to start with 1202,
Thank you.
21, requests for updates from Homewood Chamber of Commerce. We appreciate all the good work you do and look forward to your report tonight.
Thank you. And I've brought enough copies of just some notes for everyone, not just the folks on the Finance Committee, just to give you guys an update on some of the things that we've been doing. And I like to take kind of our first quarter meeting to always give you some highlights from our holiday campaign that just really concluded. Obviously at Christmas, but it takes a few weeks to get sometimes all of our impressions and some of the reach to really let you know what we've been engaged in. This year, obviously, we really felt like it was time to double down on everything we do for the holidays. We wanted to make sure that just because of COVID and precautions, we were really trying as hard as we could to help out our local businesses. We gave a lot of in-person interviews, more so than we typically do in a holiday season, so that was really engaging. There was a lot of interest, especially I think in the holiday parade this year with its backwards format, our Cruise and Christmas parade, so thanks for everyone that participated in that. With the Facebook campaign, we had over 60,000 individual users, unique visitors to throughout the campaign, which we felt like was a really great kind of reach. The Market Days campaign, which is what we typically do with Holiday Open House, we turned it into a week-long event to help with social distancing. That garnered high overall with 3,300 post engagements on ads about actual just shopping in Homewood. So our holiday campaign, it doesn't just focus on events, but also just shopping in Homewood in general. So we really want to engage everyone to come shop in Homewood. And then just the Shop Homewood ads had 375 individual reactions. We continued our contract with CBS 42 and had over 62 spots, 93,000 digital impressions, and 1.21 million television impressions. So we were really pleased with that reach. It's about 100,000 more than a typical holiday campaign will get from that. And then one of the new things we did this year was we did a trade with Birmingham Mountain Radio. And we had over 120 ads and with a number of actual just endorsements from Will and Reg. So it was a really great kind of way for the chamber to use one of our members and to do a trade that really kind of helped Homewood overall. So we were really pleased with that. On the back, you'll see a number of recent events we've had. Our ribbon cuttings have really picked up over the last month. I think throughout this pandemic, you've seen people really have been hesitant, obviously, to have any in-person events. But overall, just the pickup in that kind of activity is a really good sign. So we're really, really pleased with that. And then in the next month, we have the Club 4 Fitness ribbon cutting coming up on March 15th. We will continue. So all of those, the luncheons and the updates are all complimentary. You just have to register online to get the Zoom link. And I'm happy to field any questions if anybody has any right now. We've been really encouraged with the holiday season and, like I said, with the activity coming in and ribbon cuttings in the next few weeks.
Well, since I already asked you this, I'm going to ask it in front of everybody so you can tell everybody. I had asked Meredith what the possibilities of having Taste of Homewood might be this year. So
We're really hoping for, we had already planned on an outdoor event in actually 2020 to begin with. We're hopeful that potentially in June, things will look a little bit better to do an outside event. The hard part about Taste of Homewood is because it's an eating and a tasting event, you really can't have masks. So we're definitely kind of taking recommendations from both our, the authorities into consideration. But knock on wood, we hope that June there'll be a possibility.
Any questions?
I was just gonna ask Meredith, how has the chamber done in 2020 from losing members to gaining members overall net?
So we have kind of taken a stance overall, and we're letting folks go a little bit into the black, a little bit late on their invoices overall. That being said, the actual renewal income is pretty much on par pre-pandemic right now, which is really encouraging. Definitely January and February have been pretty standard months, and for the most part. So, we're just getting to the point now, where we're really trying to do a good reach out and make sure that, if anybody is late on their dues, that we can help and work with them on a payment plan if they need it.
The other thing is, I think she would like to come once a quarter.
Yeah, I typically, under normal circumstances, have been trying to come once a quarter to a committee meeting, just to give everybody an opportunity to ask questions, make sure you know what's going on. I took the liberty of adding everyone to our distribution list so you can get updates about ribbon cuttings, especially, those in your wards. Anybody, our businesses really appreciate when their councilmen come to and women come to those ribbon cuttings. It's really a great celebration for those businesses. So, we try not to email you too much, but anytime you can come to a ribbon cutting, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank y'all so much. We appreciate everything you do for the chamber and for the community in general, and that we get the opportunity to come and present to you. So thank you.
Thank you.
We want that taste of Homewood. So I guess a motion to accept the report.
I would move to accept Meredith's report.
Second.
We got Mr. Allen. Was that? No, that's Mr. Gwaltney. Okay, Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney to accept the report. Any other questions? Yeah, we want to have Taste of Homewood soon. We can. We all miss that.
I recommend we table it.
Sorry, I'm going to be the blind ointment. I'd like to keep it on the agenda just because if at some point soon it becomes possible to do those Salter sidewalks, I'd like to have it there so we can jump on it and not have to wait.
We have at least 2, 3 projects that are already approved and are just waiting on.
Yeah.
That we keep it on the agenda to at least get those done. Sorry, you're being out.
It's all right. I'm fine. I thought we already funded the sidewalk.
Yeah, but not, I mean, they are, but.
Okay, I understand. I got it, okay.
Okay, so, yeah, let's play that by
Ca-
ear. We'll
Counselor
carry it
Jones.
over.
Counselor Jones, I did have one question for Mr. Pugh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna ask, so we had two line items in the budget, sidewalk construction and then sidewalk repairs. Last year, I felt like we tracked a little bit behind on sidewalk repairs, because that also mixes in the ADA, the portion, right?
Yes, sir.
How are we tracking on that?
We have, let's see, we have 30,440 right now in sidewalk repairs, ADA compliance.
Okay,
Where, the ADA compliance, we can take the 29th Avenue
the
handicap ramps
parking
out of
spots,
that.
yeah.
And any other
Okay, good.
handicap-related
So it's tracking
features.
along good. Okay, I just wanna make sure that it was being spent this year.
We will.
Okay, don't go anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 160115, we'll carry it over, and if we find that we're, you know, there's not anything that we're gonna do, then we will look Mr. Harden to tabling that, but right now, we'll just carry that over. So let's go ahead and move to 131020.
Counselor Jones?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. This is Andrew.
Yes, Andrew?
I just had a real quick question, just because I didn't want it to fall off track here. We had discussed on that same item about sidewalk repairs, the accessibility issues around Hall Kent. And that was, my understanding was that was gonna get done around Christmas time shortly thereafter, but it hasn't been done yet.
Yes, sir, I do have that on my to-do list, but I don't know exactly what order you all want to go ahead and do that in, so I'm kind of in a holding pattern. I've not gotten a price on that or anything yet.
Assume the order that it was approved, but
Perhaps Greg got a price on that, and he didn't tell me exactly what it was. I can double back and check with him and find out if he's already got somebody lined up to do that, but as of right now, I haven't.
yeah, he told the whole council that he did.
You're talking about the wheelchair ramps at Hall Kent, 3 at $1,800 each?
That could be them. I'm not sure. I don't remember him giving us a price, but
That's what, yeah, that's the information he left me, so
okay.
I have not done anything to move forward with that.
Okay. So I guess what we had done before is we had the prioritization within each of the sidewalks, and then we had the plan for access for the handicap ramps and everything. If you've got that in your budget, I mean, I just feel like if you can look at it and determine what can we go ahead and get accomplished
Okay.
with that money, and find out from Greg if that was already in process, and let's get that accomplished. Because I remember, I mean, you know, we put it in your budget, and so whatever you can do to proceed on that, I think would be good.
Be glad to.
And
Be
any
glad
other
to.
No, I agree.
thoughts? Yeah, so, I don't know, did we do a priority within the ramps? I remember Greg just coming up with, here are all the ones that are throughout the city. I would think the ones that are around a school would take higher priority, but,
That's what he mentioned last, is that he was working, like the sidewalks, he was working out from the schools.
okay, working out from school, okay, so perfect. If you can check on that.
Certainly.
And report back, that would be good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then 131020, request to add handicap parking space on 29th Avenue, and then the new angled spaces.
Yes, sir. This is the handicap ramps on 29th that we've been talking about? Yes, sir. I've got two contractors that I've reached out to about this. One of them is the contractor that's right now working on Rumson. He and I had intended on meeting last week, but his schedule wouldn't allow it. We're gonna try to meet later on this week and take a look at that. Also, I've reached out to another contractor who has said he needs a drawing of some sort. Fair enough. So I've reached out to Keith to see if perhaps he'd be willing to work with another contractor and provide drawings for that. And unless we want to go a different route and get drawings from somebody else, I think that's probably the simplest way to go.
Okay, so if you can report back once you get that, and
Sure.
let's get that finalized.
Yes, sir.
Have everything else can be done except for the ramp, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we've done everything except the ramp, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on the ramp. So if you can, and I apologize, the holdup is my fault, really, because I just looked at what the price was, and I wanted us to make sure that we were being competitive with that. So as soon as you can get that from those contractors, please determine what the lowest price, and let's move on.
I had hoped to have some information for you
Okay.
tonight, but it didn't pan out.
Okay, so we'll carry that over without objection. Okay, let's see here. Chief Hill, are you ready on yours? Yes. Okay, 130121.
Thank you all.
We had a bid opening this afternoon at 4:30 for the citywide fire system maintenance. We had 3 bidders, and can you provide us a recommendation from your department?
Yes, sir. We went over the bids, and actually, the lowest bid didn't meet all the requirements. They did not include the maintenance cost per response and per hour. We also asked for a breakdown of the cost during regular business hours and a cost of
After
the
hours?
service call after hours plus their minimum charge, and they didn't provide that in the breakdown. We double-checked, and it wasn't there. Their bid was actually $25,182. Hiller, which was the next lowest bid, was $28,588, and they did break down that cost.
Okay, so your
we-
recommendation is to recommend Hiller as the most responsible bidder
It is.
for the fire system maintenance, and you'll need to get all this to Mr. Kendrick.
Yes, sir.
What's the official name?
For Hiller,
Hiller.
H-I-L-L-E-R.
Yeah. What's it called?
Hiller Fire Protection is what they wrote.
Hiller Fire Protection.
But I'll give you this.
Okay, so that is the recommendation from the chief.
I would move to approve Hiller as the lowest responsible and responsive bidder.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith.
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Harden. Any questions for the chief? This is an important service, isn't it?
It is. It's how we maintain the sprinkler system for every building in Homewood. A long time ago, we realized when we were doing the inspections, the city buildings weren't getting done because they didn't really have a budget for it, and there was nobody in charge of it. So the fire department came in and said, look, we'll manage it, but the budget actually falls under the mayor. It doesn't fall under the fire department. So anyway, I think they recently turned it all over to us, but it's typically been in the mayor's budget. But since then, we've done a pretty good job of maintaining it, making sure that the sprinkler system, the fire alarms, and everything that gets broken
This
gets
is
repaired.
budgeted as well.
Yes, sir. We did
Okay.
budget as well.
Wonderful. Okay, so it's been properly moved and seconded. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed by the same sign. 5-0, that passes. All right, Mr. Burgett, 060221, request to amend FY 2021 budgets, and he handed out those and emailed those out this afternoon. There are a few on here that you might have questions on. We've got the general obligation warrant fund 26, you can see the transfer on that. Any questions?
What was the, just out of curiosity, what was the map and appraisal?
That's the
Cost.
Jefferson County, the cost for what they charge the city for basically their assessment of the value of the properties. And those came back quite a bit higher than what we had budgeted. I have tried to contact Sharon Montague. I've left her several messages, several emails. They're working out of the office. She hasn't got back with me to question the increase, but they have withheld it from our property tax, so it still has to be recorded as it is now. So,
Yeah.
That seems high.
yeah, it went up about $60,000 over last year.
Ooh.
So is that,
Sir? The assessed value did go up, yes, sir.
so are they, Robert, are they just holding back the money and so that?
No, they actually withhold that from our remittance that they pay us.
Right.
They send us a sheet out and they say they deducted the $357 from our payment,
Balance of the books out.
from our tax payment.
That's what the state goes for.
Yeah, yes, sir. And on the warrant fund, down at the very last item, that $345,000 is the item that Berkeley requested for the Phase 1 road construction. The $500,000 is actually the carryover. That's money that we received last year. We're just moving it forward into this year.
Okay. All right, any other questions? Is there a motion to approve the amendments, current amendments for 2021 as distributed?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Carter.
Is that Harden? Mr. Walker?
Well,
Mr. Walton, sorry.
I thought I heard it coming from this way.
All right, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Walton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, vote same sign. 5-0, that passes. 2504-17, request for consideration of Eastman Street revitalization project. I don't remember who, you give us a report on that? Or is there?
Walter, your
I
mic
didn't have
is
a report
off.
on that. I had the report for the Green Springs revitalization. That's the numbers that I have.
The 18th Street was the one that Mr.
think Wyatt
supposed to bring.
Okay.
Mr. Pugh.
Walter, your mic is off.
That's where they're gonna
That's
try
the
to
one that Mr.
get
Strickland
done
was supposed to
construction to
either tell-
pave.
Update somebody
He
in his
said
office,
he
send
couldn't
somebody
be
in his
there this
office, or he's supposed to update
Right.
you on the 18th Street. I
He-
saw him the other day, and he said he
Yeah.
was going
Yeah,
to
he
talk
had
to
to
you.
work.
supposed to try to send someone
The 18th Street paving by Dunn Construction? Yeah.
No, it's different.
No, we were just looking for an update on the west side and what the timeline was for the west side. Keith had indicated that he was gonna get in touch with you, Mr. Pugh. I don't know if he actually did that or not.
I-
We met Friday, but he stated, as I told you then, he couldn't attend, and we made the suggestion to him that he do up some type of update
As did I when I saw him.
of
we've asked.
what's going on, where things stand and all that, since he couldn't make the meeting. So I think he was supposed to get that sometime this week to Mr. Pugh
Got it.
to send out to the council as a whole.
But no one's gotten the update at this
No.
point? Okay.
I actually
That's
thought-
what this item was for, was
No,
just for him to give an update of the
We-
west side
We made the
construction.
suggestion to him that there were some questions, concerns about where the west side was, what was going on, what was the timeline. And my suggestion to him in our meeting Friday to discuss the east side paving was that he needed to forward some type of information to Wyatt to send out to the council and mayor as a whole as to where the west side was
Got
at.
it. And,
So,
and
I
Mr.
bumped
P-
into him Friday, as I was leaving, and I'd let him know that, Dr. Jones wanted him to attend the meeting, and knew that he couldn't. But could he send a representative from his firm? But I thought he was coming up to, he said he was meeting with you that day, but I thought he was gonna give you an
Yeah, he
update
met
that
with both
day.
of us.
But I guess he
But
didn't.
Bottom line-
I think the issue is, I don't think anybody I think he's mainly handling that project himself, is the way I kinda understood it. And so anybody that come up here is gonna be like we are with you, I can't give you an answer, so,
the bottom line is, we don't have the information tonight.
no.
And,
Okay.
and we need to convey to Mr. Strickland, this is very, very frustrating to me. When I clearly ask him or someone from his firm to come and provide us a report. I don't know why this is such a challenging request.
I tried to convey that, sir, when I was.
And my view at this point is we need a report every finance meeting, because I don't feel like we're making progress They have not delivered on the timeline that we have requested. And this is on top of the hotel being delayed by 30 days. So I don't know, I don't think radio silence is the answer here in working this out. So I realize you had a meeting Friday, but I mean, was there any plan, or was he just like, well, you know, I'll try to come to the next meeting, or I mean,
That was just strictly to discuss the paving on the east side.
and can we proceed with that?
Yes.
Okay,
We are tentatively set to do that this coming up Sunday,
Okay.
weather permitting.
Striping, not paving, right? It is the
Paving.
paving?
paving the east side
You know,
Okay.
and striping, because
yeah.
as I understand it, if we just go through how we've been going, it could take another 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, it wouldn't have been done until the west side was complete. There wouldn't have been anything done to the east side.
Pardon me,
My
9 months.
understanding is- Yeah, well, still, the west side was complete. That's why we decided to go ahead and move
Okay.
forward with the east side and get it milled, paved, and what we'll do is we'll do what we call temporary striping on it, and then once the
And
west
not
side's
put the
complete,
thermal.
then we'll do the thermal all through.
So are we gonna, when he's done with the east side and the striping and the paving, are we taking the orange barrels away?
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
takes so long.
That's
That's the main objective.
That's the objective here,
Yeah, is to get it-
it's unacceptable. So I don't mean to be so
No, I
frustrated, and
understand.
I'm not taking my frustration out on you, I hope. I'm just frustrated that we can't get our project manager, who it should be leading this and providing information to come up with a plan when something like this happens. This is, I don't know, it's very frustrating. So,
I second your concerns, Counselor Jones.
I think
Yeah.
if you'll give.
and
if you give
2
White a
weeks
chance,
ago, I
we'll-
thought we were clear on what we needed to do. And
Let White and I
obviously-
make sure we both, I'll send an email along with White, copy him on it, make sure that we have a report to y'all at least by the end of this week. And
Okay.
To give an update on where the west side is on that.
And I think if he could come here, that would help even more.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Yeah, that,
that part of it.
You don't keep
but-
it scheduled this week.
Yeah, but he was explained to by White and myself that the expectation had not been met on information of where things stood. So I thought we made that pretty clear to him on Friday, but undoubtedly he had something that he could not attend tonight for, so.
And that's why I had asked him, could he not send somebody from his firm, and I was like,
okay, well, complaining about it anymore is not gonna do any good, but, we made the point, I think. So we'll carry that over pending a report, and then Berkeley, well, hold on, first off, can you give us a report on 01/02/20? The Green Springs revitalization, we've already taken care of that in the budget amendments.
Yes, sir, we had originally, that item was budgeted for $2.25 million out of bond proceeds, and the bid came back slightly higher, as Berkeley reported to y'all last week, so we've increased that amount by $345,000. When this is the phase one, the road construction of the Green Springs revitalization. And when we are complete with that project, without any other overruns on that project, we will have approximately $923,000 of bond money remaining, of the original $110 million bond money remaining.
But the recommendation that we need to handle now, I guess, is to accept the done construction
yes, sir.
proposal that $2,415,852.05. Is that,
Yes, that's correct, uh-huh.
how about that? Down to the penny
You
here.
repeat that one more
Well,
time, please? What'd
I,
you say?
Two
well, I
million,
had 200,
400
416,000, so.
415, is that what you have?
2,415,852.05.
Yeah, that's what I had.
852.05.
.05, done construction, phase one road construction.
Yeah, that's
Phase
phase one.
We
one
need to
road
approve
construction.
that new cost. Is that what we need to do? Approve the new cost?
Yeah, we need to accept that proposal, approve the new cost.
Do you have a contract? 'Cause we didn't accept the bid, we rejected the bids, so they didn't.
Yeah, if it's approved, then they'll send me a edited red
Okay.
line version from Kendrick to review.
We'll need
Okay.
it for the,
It'll be ready for the council meeting on Monday night.
All right,
Okay.
I would move to approve the new done proposal for Green Springs.
Second.
That was Mr. Hart, okay. Well,
We sound
I
a
swear
lot
y'all-
alike. He's better
Second.
looking, but.
Okay, I can clearly hear you when you do that.
I'll
Okay.
take the mask off so you can hear me.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, okay. Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney.
Yeah, right. So,
So you're gonna he's gonna send the contract to Mr. Kendrick or me, one of them?
Yeah, I'll copy you on.
Okay.
Okay, yep, send that out. Okay, all in favor say aye.
aye.
All opposed by the same sign. 5-0. Okay, so 13-10-20, we carried over. 25-04-17, we carried over, pending hopefully someone coming and talking to us. Did I miss one? Okay, very good. Okay, I apologize going over. And if there's, I do want to mention one thing, just a quick, and this is kind of in, it's basically as it relates to business licenses and speaking with the mayor and also Mr. Wyatt, we're looking at next week putting on the council agenda under new business, introducing a proposal to provide a 30-day delay in business license fees that are coming in. They're due today, but due to COVID and due to the state of the economy, it just, as a good faith effort, we appreciate our Homewood businesses, and so we thought maybe, make it due on, it would be April the 2nd, I think, would
Yes,
be the
sir.
due date. This has not been passed, obviously, it would be added to the under other new business for next week, and I just wanted to announce it in finance that's something we're looking at doing. If there are any questions, I can try to answer them, or, but this was, came up from the mayor's recommendation, and also yours, so appreciate
Are we
that.
letting businesses know? Do we have it on our website of what we're doing yet?
Well, it's kind of a tricky thing in that we really, I'm just making the announcement that
We have to pass it.
we're looking to put it on the agenda to
We have a
approve it.
plan for the next week, though, because it won't start till tomorrow. It would be the first day the penalty would be due.
Right.
The penalty would be due tomorrow, so we're just announcing that we're taking it up next week. So it would need to be voted on by the majority of the council next Monday
Right.
to make that happen. But I just wanted business owners to know this is something we're contemplating, and I think they would appreciate it. But, and if there are any penalties, we'd help with that. So anyway, just wanted to make that announcement. Anything else? Need to add? Okay. Perfect. Okay, and with that, we're adjourned.